Hello besties! Today we are going to be learning how to make this adorable gingerbread house, so let's get started. First things first, you are going to want to prep your cup. Originally I had it spray painted white and brown, but then I changed my mind on colors, so here I am. You can see me re-spray painting it all white. I'm just using Rust-Oleum white. Rust-Oleum is my preferred spray paint to use, but you can use whatever you have on hand. Okay, here you can see I'm using my gloved hand, and I am using CCDIY's Fast Set Epoxy. You just need a little bit. I mixed 2.5 of part A and 2.5 part B to equal 5 mLs, and I will only use about half of that. You can warm up your cup and it will really help smooth that epoxy out, but do not flood your coat when you're using the epoxy method as your adhesive. You only need a tiny bit. So here I am just working that epoxy all the way around my cup to give it a nice even layer. All right, we're gonna jump right into our colors. I'm using Antarctica and Candy from the Diamond series, both from Glitter Craze, both gorgeous colors. This white it was the perfect white. I'm using the white for the bottom for the snow, and then I'm going to use the white at the top of my tumbler for the snow as well, like the snow on the rooftop. If I could do this tumbler again, I wish I would have picked a darker pink for the middle so you could really see that pop of color. The Candy from Diamond series is a very light pink, gorgeous pink, but on this case I wish I would have went with a little darker pink, but that's okay. It still turned out gorgeous. Okay, this next part was super fun. Here you see I have my Mermaid Scales printed out on my 651 vinyl. I am just using Mod Podge. I am Mod Podging my entire sheet of vinyl, and we are going to use Humble AF, very gorgeous pink from Glitter Craze. This is perfect if you don't have glitter vinyl to use, or if you don't have like the perfect color. This is a perfect solution for you. And look how gorgeous these mermaid scales turn out. In our case, they're going to be the little roof tiles for our gingerbread house. So same thing like you would do for your tumbler. Just make sure your Mod Podge is really even, nice, even coat. Then you're gonna dump your glitter on there, get rid of the excess glitter, and then we're just going to peel up that vinyl and you're left with these gorgeous scales. I also tried to pick a vinyl that was close to the color glitter I was using, but if you don't have every single color of vinyl, just use white vinyl. This next glitter color I'm using is Crock and Roll from the Glitter Craze as well. Okay, and then I let these dry for about 10-15 minutes, and I went in with my Rust-Oleum Clear Spray Sealer, same sealer I use for my tumblers, and I just seal these puppies really well. All right, and then after those scales dried for at least 20-30 minutes, we're gonna go ahead and apply them to our tumbler. Here, I'm just using a pair of tweezers to pick them up. I found it a lot easier than using my weeding tool. This did take a little strategy to me, probably because I was so undecisive on how far down I wanted them, but I ended up doing 3 rows, as you can see, and you can see it coming together. It turned out so pretty. For the very, very top here, you can see me, I'm cutting my scales in half just so I can fill in that little gap at the rim. And then I did leave a little triangle for the peak, but if you wanted to just go straight across, you could do that as well. I am taking it outside to my spray paint station and I'm sealing this baby really, really good so I can add my first coat of epoxy. I am using CCDIY's Fast Set. You could use whatever epoxy you would like. All right, the next step was absolutely the hardest thing for me. I ended up finding these images from a seller on Etsy, and I put her link in the supply list post, but oh my gosh, this probably took me 2 days to figure out what I wanted on my gingerbread house, because my imagination was, I was just getting carried away with all these crazy thoughts, and it was hard to execute it all on a tumbler. So try and draw out your picture is what I would recommend. Like, just get a piece of paper and kind of draw out your ideas to help you. I definitely did this and it did help me. I still was so undecisive though, because there are so many great options and so many great decals. Here I'm just showing you that I printed everything with 651 vinyl. So when you do this, you do need to separate all your pieces because they are all going to be different colors. I'm just showing you the sizes that I sized all these down to, but of course, depending on what size tumbler you use, you might have to play around with the dimensions. I cut mine on, my speed is a 5 and my force is a 10. All right, the fun parts, guys. Decal day that everybody dreads. I already added my door just for placement, and I added one little candy cane right here. I will add the other one on the other side, but I kind of wanted to get a placement where I wanted everything. This did take probably 30 to 45 minutes, again because I was so undecisive on where I wanted everything. If you, like I said, draw it out on a piece of paper and have more of an idea, this should only take you 5-10 minutes to add all of your decals. All of my vinyl is from Vinyl Fun for Everyone. We do have a discount code with her, so check her out. Here I am layering my 651 vinyl for my window, and have fun. Watch me for the next minute adding all my decals. Okay, I originally cut this little icicle. I had these icicles in mind from 651, but I just didn't like how it was looking. This vinyl right here is from Vinyl House. So we also have a discount code. I saw this vinyl and I was just like, oh my gosh, this would be so cute if I cut some little trees out. So that is exactly what I did. I cut 3 little trees out and here I am applying them on the back. Later on, you can see I did end up taking a tree off and I just did 2 trees because I didn't like the way the trees were overlapped. So that's another thing, guys, keep that in mind. Just because you add it to your cup, you can always take it off. Voila, she's coming together. The next step is Arteza markers is what I'm using to draw the little snow outline. This is definitely not necessary, but since my pink is such a lighter pink, I really wanted to separate that snow line. So these Arteza markers are amazing. These are the markers I use for my tie-dye cups. I highly recommend them, and I will put the link in my description box. So here I am just drawing my snow line. Then I'm going back and I'm kind of erasing the few little spots, and then redrawing it, playing around with it. Like I said, I only have good things to say about these markers. They are amazing. All right, here I am just playing with different colors, trying to find the perfect pink for my tumbler. I did go in with white for that peak to add that icicle snowy effect that I wanted, but I did not like it in the vinyl. I also used silver to add some little stones, like stepping stones up to the door. Now I'm just trying to find the teal and a pink for some gumdrops to go all the way around the bottom of my tumbler. Again, you can do whatever you'd like. This is just an extra step that I thought would look nice. Definitely not necessary though. Use your imagination, guys, like we tell you all the time. Put your own twist to it. You could do 3D things. There's so many different options, so definitely play around. These are the 4 colors that I used on this tumbler. As you can see here, I'm going in with my silver again, and I'm connecting all of my gumdrops to give it like a chain look. I don't know, you guys. Like I said, my mind was going crazy. Okay, for the topper, guys, for the base, I used Epoxy Sculpt and I let that dry for 24 hours. You can go back and watch the pumpkin pie tutorial to see more in detail exactly how I did that. I then took my Wilson piping bag and I put a dab right in the middle for support. For the pink color, I just used acrylic paint. I mixed a little bit of pink acrylic paint in there, and that is all I used for the color. Here you see me just kind of dabbing it all the way around the tumbler. Be careful, do not cover your straw hole. And then we'll go around and do the second layer and then kind of just swivel it up at the top. Spackle takes a little longer to dry, so I would wait at least 24 hours, but honestly I waited probably closer to 36 hours to make sure my spackling was super dry. Then I went in and I coated it with my UV resin from CCDIY, and after I had a good coat of UV resin on it, it was time to add the little fun sprinkles. These are just all extra pieces just for fun. Use your imagination. I posted the links where I got everything in the description. So again, I'm using my UV resin and I'm just going to use little dabs at a time to add all of these sprinkles individually. After I got all of my sprinkles on my topper, I then put my topper underneath my UV light from CCDIY. And I probably put it underneath my light for about 2 or 3 minutes. If for some reason it is still tacky feeling, you can put it outside in the natural sunlight. It just means that your UV light isn't very strong. I personally love the light from CCDIY. Also, I hear really good things about the flashlight UV light from Amazon. Okay, and then this topper is just so freaking adorable. It's pink. I love my toppers. I just love it. The next step, I will coat this with epoxy 2 times to make sure that it is sealed really good. First coat, I will do quick coat, and on the final coat, I will just do my regular epoxy. I think she is turning out so cute. Here, I am just reminding you to make sure that you seal that topper really good. Like I said, I would recommend sealing it 2 times. All right, and voila! I think she is just so stinking cute. I cannot wait to see what you guys create. Use your imagination, and I cannot wait to see all those pictures. And I hope you enjoyed this tutorial.